Hello! Today we've got a sort of mini tutorial slash review comparison thing. Not sure what I'm gonna call it, I'm probably just gonna call it a review, but yeah. Either way, I finally got around to buying a makeup sponge, one of those sponges that, you know, well probably everyone knows them by now. You hold them under water, squeeze them, and then they grow bigger, and you can use them for foundation and powder and cream products and whatever you want really. So yeah, finally got around to buying one of them. I'll put the name of the sponge, like the brand name, down below because I don't remember, but I did buy one of the cheapest ones I could find. Because I'm me and I'm a cheapskate. Yeah, and I'm just comparing it to my old trusty foundation brush, which I've been using for ages. This one is by Sigma. And yeah, it's because pretty much like I've heard a lot of things that a lot of people like really prefer the sponges over the brushes, but personally I've always loved this brush as well, so really my whole entire goal with this was just to sort of try it out for myself. For me personally, like I use this on one side of my face and the brush on the other side of my face and just compare which one I personally like the most, what differences I really notice. And then I decided to just do a quick makeup tutorial with it, because why not? So yeah, that's what you're gonna see now. Let's get started. So here you can see the brush I use. It's a Sigma brush, just one of those flat foundation brushes, sort of stiff long hairs. And here is the Beauty Blender dupe that I'm using. As you can see, it's sort of like a, I don't know, wasted model with a pointy tip-ish thing. So yeah, anyway, this side I'm going to use the brush on, this side I'm going to use the sponge on. And the foundation I'm going to use is the Maybelline Superstay, which I really like. Just, you know, because I know it well, so I know any weird things maybe because of the tools and not of the foundation. So yeah, I'm just starting out with a brush because that's what I know best. And yeah, pretty much what I like about using this brush is just it is pretty quick. And also it's really soft and it can get into all tiny corners. So like I can get it easily like right between my eyes, right beneath my eyes was what I was going to say. And yeah, I did have to use 2 pumps of the foundation with this tool to really cover the entire half of my face. And then here's the result. As you can see, it looks pretty good. No complaints about it. And then it's time for the makeup sponge. I'm just using it the same way as I did the brush. Like I'm putting the product on top of it, spreading it on my face, and then blending it out. So yeah, the first thing I noticed is that it actually goes quicker than the brush, which is pretty nice. Because I'm usually in a hurry, so yeah. And also, people who watch a lot of my videos know I'm a cheapskate. This brush, or this sponge, I mean, has another plus, and that's that I need less product with it, probably because it's wet. So it sort of thins out the foundation and makes it spread more, so it's really nice. Yet it doesn't seem to lessen the coverage very much, which is also a plus. Like I'm not one for heavy duty coverage, but I do want it to look nice and even, which it does on both sides as you can see here. And yeah, I gotta admit I don't particularly see all that much of a difference between the two sides. I'm happy with both really. So yeah, then is it the rest of my makeup. The sponge is too big to use underneath my eyes. Like even the pony part, I just can't get it underneath my eyes, so I use a different sponge to just apply foundation, or I mean concealer underneath my eyes and on the parts I want to highlight. And then I use a lot of powder because I have oily skin, so powder is pretty much a must if I don't want my face to melt off, pretty much. So yeah, I just applied heaps and heaps of it. And it also went equally smooth on both sides, by the way, over the foundation. You could use a sponge for powder, but I don't think it will make a good comparison right now. So yeah, I'll do it in later videos. And I still think both sides look even. And then for the makeup look, well, you know, the part with the colors at least. I used the Essence The Glow Must Go On palette. Started out with the bronzer and just used it as a bronzer, obviously, with my stippling brush. I didn't want it too harsh, I just wanted a little bit, you know, there. And then I used a highlighter. Because I spread the bronzer out so much, I didn't use a blush. I just, I don't know, wanted to keep it natural and bronzy. And then I also used the palette for my eyes. I didn't use any primer this time, so this is really all the palette itself. Like the pigmentation and all, like there is no primer underneath it, only powder. So yeah, it's really good. So pretty much just did the outer V and the crease and a little bit underneath the outer corner of the eye. So pretty much defining the eye with this color. And then of course there's always the part of blending it until it looks the same on both sides, which is something I always spend quite some time on. And yeah, once that's on there, I'm going to highlight underneath my eyebrows, which I still have to fill in, obviously. And I'm just using the same highlighter as I always also use on my cheekbones, also in the inner corners. And then I use the sort of warm cinnamon shade. Sort of hard to describe really, like a really warm shade of brown, but not dark brown. Anyway, that one other shade, I use that just to blend out the crease. And to make it all look nice and smooth. Then for, oh wait, not eyeliner yet. Almost forgot I also used some red eyeshadow because I wanted it to be a little bit more warm for autumn and because I just like red eyeshadow. So yeah, I just used a pressed pigment from the Urban Decay Electric palette and a pencil brush. Just applied a little bit to the wings of the crease-ish thing. Or whatever you want to call them. For eyeliner this time I used a gel liner. It's actually not my favorite sort of liner. Like I feel like I get better results personally with a liquid liner or a cake liner. When used with water it's also liquid, so that's pretty much just also liquid liner I guess. Anyway, with gel liner I feel like I have to make more of an effort to make it look neat. However, I do think it looks a little bit softer and yeah, I just wanted to go for a softer look this time. Also, I want to practice with gel liner, so why not right now? This is the one by Isadora, by the way. And another plus of gel liner is that you can also use it in the waterline. And then I use mascara, obviously. I again use the Rimmel Scandaleyes Liquiflex mascara. Really taken a long time to finish it. And then it's finally time for eyebrows. I'm using the NYX Frame & Frame Brow Pomade. And really I wasn't going for anything specific with my eyebrows, I just wanted them filled in. So I pretty much did what I always do. I filled in the edges of it, like the ends of it, then the bottom, and then just sort of combed through the rest and sort of blended the color in there. Didn't want to make them look too harsh, just natural. And then lastly I just brushed them all in place. Then for my lips I also wanted to do a nice autumn shade, so I used the Fixed Matte Liquid from Maybelline in the shade Orange Shot, which is very nice, but unlike the name suggests, it's not actually matte. But yeah, I do like it, and that's already the final part of the look. And real quick in conclusion about the sponge and the brush. Really the only difference I could really find was that the sponge seems to use less product, so that's very good, and it seemed a little bit quicker, but I still love both. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye! Doing whatever I did today. And yeah, I always start out with obviously removing my makeup. I always use the Yves Rocher Pure Bleuet